What do you want? I'm in the middle of a podcast. Leave me alone.
This guy who really is, I think, a bad guy. Russell, I think you are a bad guy.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what the truth.
I don't want him knowing where I live.
You can hate Russell, but one thing you cannot take from Russell is his ability to play that game.
I ain't finished playing just yet.
Welcome to the Russell Hantz Show. Last week, my good friend Boo came on the show, and it was one of our most popular episodes. Boo was so well liked by you guys, we decided to have him become a regular on the show. From here on out, we will have a weekly segment called Booz Buzzing Hour. It will be Boo and I chatting about numbers of things, a lot of times Survivor. I am very excited to have him because, as you probably know, he and I go way back and we bring out the best stuff in each other. All right, enough of the intro. Let's get to the good stuff. Here's Boo.
I like the guys that are interested in the show things. They're your fans. Mm-hmm. They're Survivor fans.
But this is what I want to talk about. I got one thing I want to talk about.
A little insight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before you talk about your insight, I want to talk about one little thing because I told my story. Remember when all this stuff went down because I beat up somebody, preferably, or I pushed a girl or something, and it turned out to be that Mardi Gras thing where, do you remember when she fell down in the, you wasn't there when all this happened, but do you remember when her friend got so drunk and we had the pub bootleggers and well, you might not have been there. I don't know. But I thought that she got drunk in our pub because she was under 21. She was 20 years old. And she was in another pub and she got passed out, drunk. And the ambulance took her off. You remember that? The little Russian girl. So we have, this is
Why
the reason
you want to talk about that story?
Well, I brought up the story because we did a whining with wine with people getting arrested and why they were arrested. So I explained my arrest. You know, did you know that
your arrest for riding 3 people on a motorcycle?
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about post Survivor. Yeah, I rode 3 people on a little bitty 250 motorcycle. How you get arrested for that? How you get arrested for that? We just some kids trying to get from one point to the other.
You remember? We went in there and Jesus tried to get my orange, and you was like, "Don't give Jesus your orange. That's your orange." That was before life. That was before cornbread. It was the orange.
Right. That was before he said, "That's your cornbread." That's right. I was like, "No, don't give nobody your shit. That's your shit. That's your orange." Before you know it, you give him your booty. Boo is so nice. Boo is so nice. He's giving people their oranges in prison, and I'm like, I'm in that row. Don't give him your orange.
Oh, I did. I kept my orange.
Yeah, you don't give Jesus your orange, man. Because once they take your orange, they take your cherry.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah. That was in Harrison County.
That ain't no joke, dude.
Yeah.
I try to forget about it. We spent stupid nights in jail for doing not stupid things either, like childish things that the cop should have been like, "Hey, man, get back to the house, dude. What's wrong with you? Like 3 people on a motorcycle. Give me a break. We're trying to get to the freaking, store to get some milk or something." I don't know what we was doing, but.
Hey, so a girl asked me, I said something about jail. She said, "You really been to jail?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "How many times?" I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 times. 8 or 10 times.
It's like
what'd you go for? I said, "I don't know." I said, I named like 3 or 4 things. And she said, "Well, what else?" I was like, "I don't know." She's like, "Don't tell me you don't know. Like you wouldn't know." No, I don't recall every single time I went to jail.
I think I went to jail for a couple of unpaid tickets. Because how are you going to pay? My mom and dad didn't help me with nothing, going to school. I was a hungry sucker. And I sure ain't going to pay a ticket. I can't even hardly pay my rent. So, they fined me. They put a warrant out for my arrest. They put me in jail.
Yeah.
I probably been to jail for unpaid tickets when I was a child about 5 times probably. I remember saying, "Man, I need to start." I remember thinking, "Man, I need to start paying my tickets. This sucks." What? What about what?
Remember the Mustang? The Mustang.
Oh, that Mustang. That was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, for a month and a half. Yeah.
That was a misunderstanding.
Uh-huh. Remember how I wound up in jail 3 weeks after you, the same jail on the border of Mexico? How did that happen?
Dude, I don't know. We were, you try to get it. We thought that the little things they can't arrest you for. So
I
we're
was like, Russell's in jail. That sucks, man. Oh my God, that sucks. Russell's in jail on the border of Mexico. Wow, how does that happen?
you can't beat up Jesus.
Later,
Not on the border.
3 weeks later, I'm in the same jail. How does that happen?
Yeah, well, those days are. Well, I ain't gonna say they're over because if somebody messes with somebody, somebody you love, you can step up, man.
I was on house arrest, like I don't know.
You got to step up.
5 months ago. 6 months ago, I was on house arrest.
I mean, it's crazy how that stuff. I guess if you don't put yourself in the position to get arrested, but that means you just stay home. You don't go out. Nobody will disrespect your girl, your wife, your whoever you have. Nobody's going to disrespect that person if you don't go out.
Control.
Well, if somebody grabs your girl on the ass or something, what you going to do?
I'm not just going to start swinging.
Well, you're going to say, hey, man, why'd you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you do that, man? And he say, because you was a bitch.
Situation.
That's why I did that, because you was a bitch. Then what you going to do?
I'm going to jujitsu him.
Yeah, you jujitsu that one guy that knocked you out. You got knocked the fuck out. How you get? Boo! How do you let some kid knock you out?
What's time?
I mean, what do? You just don't. You don't see it. Did they just hit you?
No, people sneak you.
I never got snuck. Maybe because I'm just short. They feel sorry for me.
Bars. You were running in the bars.
I would run towards the fights.
4 years. Jeez.
Well, no, I didn't like to see people get beat up. That's why I would jump into the fights.
Well, me neither. And that's what I was doing one time when I got knocked out. I was trying to break everybody up, and somebody came out of the freaking corner and hit me. And I must have been mentally knocked out, but because I kind of don't remember. I kind of remember. So I got up. He hit me. I got up, and I went to another part. It was like a melee. So I go to where Denzel and David are, and I'm like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I separate them, like I'm still able to protect. So this is just being from side, crow hopped from the side,
right?
Knocked down, stumbled, get up, walk over to David and Denzel. Move them out the way, part them out, and say, "What's going on? What's going on?" Somebody, they said the smallest guy hit me, knocked me out. I hit the ground, my head hit the ground.
Damn,
I woke up.
That's dangerous.
My future girlfriend was standing over me, protecting me.
Your future girlfriend. So, yeah. Boo, have you ever got in? Because I know you can fight like MMA style for sure. So, have you ever got? To where you didn't get knocked out, so you can actually start a good little lockup. You can lock them down, or you just get knocked out.
Well, if I can see them coming, that's a difference.
Well, have you ever get hit in the face, Boo, and just didn't get knocked out? Because that happens.
Yes, all the time.
So then, what do? You grab them?
And I remember in high school.
Have you ever jujitsu'd somebody?
I want to get close. When I was younger and didn't know.
No, have you ever jujitsu'd somebody in a bar lately? In a bar lately?
Not late, maybe.
So you don't even get to use your
4, 5.
All that damn training.
I did once. You know who I did it for?
Who?
To protect?
Who?
You're gonna be mad at me.
Who?
But he owned the bar, and he owned my friend's bar. I'm friends with him. But Eric Kluche was getting checked at the bar.
Yeah, I checked his ass a few times.
So I got that guy, and I had him in an arm bar. Like his arm was about to snap.
Uh-huh.
And I was yelling, "I'm gonna break your arm! Shut up! Stop!" And he kept talking shit to me. His arm was breaking. I said, "Shut up! I'm gonna break your effing arm." And he kept talking shit. He must have been so drunk. So I couldn't break his arm, so I just let him up. Get out of here. Just get out of here. So that was one time. And then when I got knocked out, the night I got knocked out at Bootleggers, by the two guys hitting me, I had choked someone out inside the bar. And I was like, yeah.
Dude, how come I wasn't there? Every time you've got knocked out, I've been there so many times, and every time you've been knocked out, I haven't been there.
The other time, it was a flash knockout. My jaw was broken. I wasn't really knocked out, but my jaw was broken.
Right.
It was a flash knockout. It was like, boom, drop. Just 2 seconds later, what the fuck? My jaw's broken. I didn't know it was broken at the time, but I knew I couldn't speak.
Damn.
But that was in friendly fire.
Oh, it's always friendly fire?
Ashton's dumbass little brother from fighting. He was bucking up. It was at my cousin Sean's bar.
Does he think he's tough now?
I heard he was bragging in the Cowboys bathroom months later that he knocked me out.
Did you say, well, let's go?
His friend hit me.
Did you tell him, well, let's get in the ring?
I did. I said, wait till my fucking jaw comes and I'm bringing you to the gym. But whatever. Time you get over that. I don't need to prove myself. I really don't.
Yeah, remember that time we fought?
Anymore. Yeah. For pizza.
I wasn't. What was it? I wasn't gonna give you the pizza. Or? That was a long time ago. Willie, I mean not Willie. Brian said, "Man, it looked like George Foreman and Evander Holyfield. Y'all both. If I could have took a picture, y'all both hit each other at the same time. We both had a black eye on the opposite sides."
That's funny.
Oh shoot! That's the only time.
Well,
the only time we ever fought.
I don't like to do that. I like to train for fun.
I don't like to fight. That's stupid.
It's fun to train.
Yeah, but it might seem like that we're rowdy and like to fight, but we don't. We don't like to fight. Mostly every time we're stopping fights, and then all kind of stupid people think that we're involved in it, and then they start swinging. I used to jump in them. Remember, I used to jump in them when they beating up somebody.
I remember Bajinski had to pick you up and pull you away.
Like it was like, man, he's beating them up. He's beating them up. I jumped.
280-pound Bajinski.
Right.
In college.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about some Survivor stuff for your.
Well, I want to talk about this one more thing before we talk about Survivor stuff, because some of our listeners are Big Brother listeners. So we have she was on Big Brother 2. Her name was Krista Segal. Is it Segal? 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 Krista. She was on the second one, and this is disgusting, but I'm going to say it anyway for our patrons. That's what we do. So she goes into our bar, Bootleggers. Now, I don't know the full story, but I know what my ex-wife told me. So she goes in that bar, and all of a sudden, she's doing all kind of drugs. It's some kind of, I don't know if it was Mardi Gras or you might know what it was. But, and she wants Melanie to take something. And Melanie's like, no, I'm not really into that kind of thing. So she pulls up Melanie's skirt and tries to put a pill in her vajayjay.
It's not her vajayjay. It was in her butthole. It's called plugging.
So she tried to put the pill in her ass. Yes,
she tried to plug her.
So she tried to plug. The only person gets to plug my wife or ex-wife at the time was me. Yeah, so she's trying to plug, and Melanie, just to let you guys know, she was real submissive, innocent. She, somebody pull up her skirt. She's not the type of girl that turns around and slaps. She's just like, oh, what are you doing back there? Real innocent type of personality. So you got Krista, which is extremely aggressive, trying to put some sort of pill up my ex-wife's asshole. I thought it was the punani hole. I mean, what would make the bit difference? It goes in the hole.
I think there are more blood nerves.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever in the anus.
So anyway, yeah,
it absorbed more in the.
So that happened. So now, what happened at that time? Because Melanie's telling me, I'm like, what the hell's going on? We're trying to. Now she's causing all kind of trouble in the club. You come up to her and you say, you got to get out of here. Like, what happened to that?
So what happened was it was a big festival in Lafayette, and we had bootleggers, and it was a popular place, so it was packed. I'm drunk barbecuing, half drunk, just buzzing outside, barbecuing, and inviting friends. Hey, what's going on? Feeding everybody. And some girl comes up to me and says, "Oh my God, this girl is fighting with everybody in your bar. Can you please do something about her?" So this wound up being the second time that Krista has started a fight with somebody in the bar. And, she's a friend, so I'm trying to be patient with her and blow it off because she's combative. I didn't want to address it if I didn't have to. So I'm like, okay. I go.
And this is the same night when she tried to plug my ex-wife.
Yes, she did that later on that evening. So I go to get her out, and what happened, I think I called you. I had enough of Krista with her second fight.
I remember that. I remember when you called me.
Drugs. I called you. I said, call Melanie. Tell her to bring Krista. Say, we need to go to, you're pissed. You need her to go to City Bar right now. So I wouldn't have to confront Krista and have to have that drama go down.
Right.
So I go to the bathroom and I knock on the door to see if Melanie got your text or your call. And there was a line of girls to go into the bathroom. So I knock on the door. I said, "Hey, who's in there?" And Krista busts out. I said, "Hey, it's us. We're whatever." And the girl in line said, "They've been in there forever." And Krista busts out like she's going to beat this girl's ass. So I grab Krista, and this was the third time she was about to fight about it.
Right.
So I get upset with her, and I'm like, "Krista, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just leave my bar. Just leave. Oh, you're going to take her side. You're going to take her side." So I have her on one arm, and I'm pulling her away from the girl, and I'm like, "Krista, get out." And she's fighting me over this. So I raise my voice. I raise my intensity.
Mm-hmm.
And
you have to.
I would have done this with done this with someone I didn't know.
Well, they would be out the first. They would be out the first
to.
time. But no, somebody you didn't know would be out the bar the first time they did that, and they wouldn't come back in.
Them up, and I would have removed them, or I'd have called security to come remove them. But Krista, I'm trying to get to her, and I know she's drunk and high or whatever. So I'm trying. Raise my voice, raise my intensity. I'm like, I will drag you the fuck out of here. Get the out of my bar.
Right.
So finally, I can't believe you're gonna take her side or whatever. And she goes out with Melanie, and they leave. And they go to City Bar. That's later on is when she tried to plug Melanie. She comes back at 12 o'clock and says,
"Oh shit!"
I'm at the front door. She says, "Oh, TMZ is about to call you." I said, "Why?"
Shit.
Okay, I'm a sane, stable person. Chris is not. I'm like, "Oh God, okay. Why would TMZ be calling?" "Because you battered me." I'm like, I'm thinking in my head really quickly, who speaks like this? Who speaks like this? So I'm like, okay, Krista, whatever, just leave. So nothing could happen.
Right.
So that's what happened on that night. Well, as far as I'm concerned, they wouldn't pick up the story unless there was an arrest. Mm-hmm. So now she claims that she was abused by me in the bar, which there were police stationed right outside of my bar.
Wait, so she calls the cops later on because of that?
3 days later.
Man, she is a media whore. That's what you call a media whore.
She's good at what she does. She's not better than me. I can see straight through her, but she gets through to a lot of people. I mean, you want to see good in people, and you want to believe their sad stories, and she's good at portraying that. But that was that whole situation from pillar to post.
Yeah. So she did the cops arrest you? Like 3 days later?
They came to my office 3 days later, and oh wow, it was funny. The officer comes out and said, "Yeah," he said, "I got to serve you with a TRO, which is a temporary restraining order." I'm like, what's this about? He's like, Krista Cigar. I was like, oh fuck, okay. He said, I said, I kicked her out of my bar. There were police right outside. He said, "Look, I understand. I just have to do my job." He said, "I kind of knew something was a little strange when she listed as her occupation reality star." That
Oh,
on
no.
the paperwork, she listed her job was reality.
Reality
Now,
star.
this
Krista
let me
Seal.
remind you, this was 6 years after she was on
Right.
a TV show.
But she was on one of the biggest ones of all.
She was a big part of it with the knife to the throat.
Yeah, what happened
and
with
huge
that?
Part of it.
She got a knife to the throat. Didn't she
tried
sue
to
and get a bunch of money?
CBS, And no, I don't know if she
I
got
thought
money.
she
but
sued.
that, and then Boogie asked her to marry her on live TV. That was huge,
Right.
huge. But anyway, she faded very fast after that.
Yeah, Boogie faded
So-
away from her very fast after he got to know her.
Yeah. So, that was the situation with that. So, you got anything else?
Okay, now that's all I want to talk about with Krista and the Big Brother stuff. Let's talk about Survivor a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What did you want to? What was you
Okay.
wanting to tell me earlier? You said you had something to say about Survivor.
Well, I'm just I'd like to. I'm trying to think of some.
Somebody,
Okay,
they
so-
were saying, "Oh, who is Super Boo?"
Well, I mean, okay, so CBS or SEG, some super fan made two amazing videos. One was the most hilarious thing about my antics.
Bring up Super Boo. Is
on
it
the
still
show
on?
ever.
Is it still online?
No, both of them are gone.
Oh,
Somebody
man.
re-put it up as Survivor Memories number 72. They re-put it up and they put it back down. So that showed me breaking my knee, getting busting my eye.
So your Super Boo video is gone.
Super Boo video is gone as well.
But didn't it
That
have
was
like
funny, too.
70,000 views or something?
It had both of them had a bunch.
Oh, that sucks.
But I was getting
gonna
too
look
much
at it.
play. CBS wanted to stop it, or SEG, or whatever.
Wait, so you think it's a
So-
conspiracy?
I don't think it's a conspiracy. Why would they take a video of Survivor stuff down?
Oh, you mean they took it down? I didn't think anybody could
It
take
is not
stuff down.
allowed on the internet.
It was getting too many views. And
Well, I mean, I have to assume that. Why would CBS stop? It's basically.
well, how do you know that
two
CBS
promotional
stopped
videos.
it though?
Because there's this ban from the internet. So I don't know. I assume.
Let me tell you. I don't know if you know this. That I had a girl named Chelsea. You can go. I don't even care about it anymore. I'll tell you her name. Her name was Chelsea. She you could look on her. She has like 90,000 views watching her video, watching the casting video, the casting thing that you send to SEG. Well, anyway, I was helping her with all that to get on the show. And I was like, you have to, I was being boo to her. And I was like, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. No, that ain't right. Do this over. So she has more views on her video than anybody ever in the history of the game. And she hasn't even played. Well, I said, if we have to get you in there. I got her introduced to production. Then all of a sudden, it hooked. It's almost like fishing. You fish, and then they bite. And when they bite, you yank on that, you start reeling it in, right? Well, they bit.
Mm-hmm.
They bit on her. They started reeling it in. They started asking her questions, and they said, you know what? We're going to fly you to L.A. So they flew her
That's
to
big.
L.A. They flew her to L.A. We had it down, and she never told me. Never told me she flew to L.A. Never told me nothing till she got home. And Lynn Spillman seen her. She asked her a few questions. If I would have known, I would have been like, listen, Lynn is going to try to intimidate you. She's going to say this. She's going to say this. You have to be ready. You got to let me know everything. Well, she went there. She asked a few questions. She did her first interview. They sent her home. That was it. Just like that.
God.
So I was like, why didn't you
that
call
is
me?
so important.
Why didn't you call me?
So
She was
important.
like, I didn't. They told me not to call you. They told me to stay away from you because no. If they tell you not to stay away from us, don't stay away from us. And the only reason I'm telling you this story, because I would never tell you if I thought it would go anywhere with her at this point, because it's not, this is because don't, if one of us help you, you have to keep it silent. And we ain't gonna tell nobody. We ain't gonna tell nobody you're helping it. We helping you.
No, it's fun for us.
We are trying to get. It's a game. If we get you in the show, we won.
And CBS, if you ever hear this, it's to help your show. Trust me.
Hell
if
yeah.
People get on your show.
Yeah.
The show does better.
Look, it's to help CBS and Survivor. It's to help the show, and it's to show you that we can do it. Yeah, it's a game for us to do it, but it's also it helps you because we get the best. And this girl Chelsea, man, I want you guys. You could Google Chelsea's whatever audition tape or whatever, but she would have been excellent, man, excellent, and I know she would have been.
Let me tell you, I have an example of the other side of them listening to me. Okay, so they make it to the 50, and the only reason she didn't make it on the show was because she was also. I had two people for the final 50, Shannon and a girl. I told the girl, tell them you have to go this season. They was casting for both seasons. They wanted her for the following season. I said, tell them something about your son. You can't do it. You have to be on this season. Because I didn't think they were going to make the connection. They made whatever. I don't know if they made a connection, but they told her they wanted her bad. But they loved her, right? So she goes to the top 50, and she said, oh, my God, they love me. Just like you. They love me. It's going great. Oh, my God, they love me. Oh, everybody loves me in casting, everybody. And then she calls me with the dark news. Oh, my God, I had this horrible interview. Lynn was there.
Just like me.
Mark Burnett. And,
no, you didn't tell them that about me, though. Just when you say just like me, they don't know what you're talking about.
Well, okay, but we'll keep you out of it. You're a superstar. This girl didn't make it, but it's not because she didn't listen to me. It's because she told him, because she did listen to me. She told him I can only do this season. I can't do that season. But anyway, so she's in that meeting, and she's supposed to be this power player. Like, this don't take shit from nobody. She drug her bootstraps up from the ground and started her own shit, and she's a power player.
Right.
And so they're loving her the whole time. Top 50, you got to be pretty loved. And to stay through the interviews, you're even more loved. You're top 30 at that point. So she's having a meeting, and Lynn starts picking on her. Like, the guys are kind of flirting with her, and she's like 35. And Lynn's like, what are you, you think you're going to use your looks? I mean, you realize you're like, what are you, 42? And she's like, I'm 35. What are you talking about? So it started with that. And then after the interview, Lynn says, she berates her. You're not going to sit here and try to use your sexuality with our CBS executives and Mark Burnett and Jeff. You might be able to get away with that at home, but you're not going to come to CBS and you're not going to do this here. Okay, she berates her. And then the other casting, the handlers, they would talk to her, they loved her, and now they won't speak a word to her. She's like, they won't even talk to me, they won't look in my eyes. Well, I said, oh, God, they think you're a power player, and they're testing you. They want to see if you're going to fold under pressure. I said, get on the phone, you text Lynn Stillman right now. Or call her. You use your curse words. Make sure you curse at her. I said, you call her and you say, let me tell you something. This is my fucking interview. If I want to use my flirting to get by, whatever, I'm going to do it. This is my interview, not your interview. You sit back and you watch me do what I do. This is my time.
Right.
She calls her. I don't know if it was that verbatim, but basically she did. I said, make sure you use some curse words. That she did. She gets a text back from Lynn Spielman. That's what it said.
What did it say?
Well, look who's back in the game.
Oh, no.
Total fine.
Lynn and Robin, they're both great people. They're great at their job. Great. They do their job well. But the problem is, guys, and they'll probably hear this, the problem is you're dealing with, somebody at your level or better. Because
right.
Exactly. and that they can't get that. They can't, especially with you, Boo. Lynn, she has to understand it now because you've got such great talent. on the
I
show,
know.
she has to understand. It's not luck. It's not luck. You just get
It ain't luck.
Because
It's not luck.
I'm telling you, Shannon. I was
promise you
thinking
they would've
when
used this
Shannon was
girl
about
if
to
she
play.
They
Look,
said, we want you, but you can't play on this season, the same season, Shannon.
when
You have to play on
Shannon
the
was
next
about
season.
to play, and you guys didn't get to see Shannon and what he could have done, I was worried that he was become greater than King Russell. Because there's nobody that has. There's no Boston
But let
Rob.
me-
There's no Rupert. It just doesn't. But I knew with Shannon's personality and who he was and how he could have made that show crazy. I was like, oh
But
man,
you
this
got
guy
to
here.
here's one thing you're discrediting. It's and you might be overcrediting some parts. There are people with the personality and the will to do moves like you did, but they have to also have the opportunity to do them. You were gifted with some amazing forks in the road that you took the best fork and you just destroyed it. Like where other people would have said, "Fuck that, I'm taking the safe road," right?
Right.
And there are some guys out there, some girls that would have taken the scary fork, but that fork wasn't presented to them. Shannon would have had that. You had multiple forks that you had the nuts to take each time. And not everybody has those opportunities. It's like Tom Brady has 5 Super Bowls. It doesn't mean he's a better quarterback than Drew Brees. He had a better team. He had a better opportunity. And he took advantage of every single opportunity he had.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah, I see.
you took advantage of every... No one is ever going to be supplanting King Russell, which it's not like I'm the most joyous saying that because we always compete, right? My niece comes up to me and says, "Why you suck and Russell's great?" I don't like that.
Right.
You know, but I fully admit you are the greatest ever. It sucks, but you are.
It sucks.
And it's not just
It
because
sucks.
you're the greatest. It's because you took chances that were given to you. You had good opportunities that would make for good drama, and you just slammed every one of them. It's like,
Right.
okay, Russell, we're going to put you in the Grand Slam against Roger Federer, and you just smoked Roger Federer.
Smoked him.
Smoked him.
They
Boston
put
Rob
me.
was given
They put me with
opportunities.
one of the all-time. The people think and it only matters what they think. One of the all-time Boston Rob smoked him. He didn't even make the merge, my friend. Smoked him.
Yeah. And he was gunning for you from day one.
Look, this is how I
People
put
try
it.
to say
This is
you
how I
didn't
put it,
have
Boo.
friends.
Look, and there's one thing that I can be cocky with, and that's Survivor. I'm like, look at what I did to JT. He was an undefeated. You know, he got a unanimous vote and won his season. I smoked him. Look what I did to Tyson. Tyson won. I made him look like a fool. Look what I did to Boston Rob. Same thing. Made him look like a fool. I can go on and on if you want me to.
If you want to look, to what's your point from earlier with Shannon? Tyson and Shannon seem to me similar in personality.
Shannon's
Tyson has
way
an
more
amazing, funny. Shannon is and get in it right. He's got the play right. He's got the outwit. I'm gonna scheme you. But they're similar. They're similar, but you have to have the opportunity as well. Like already had some good opportunities, and she played the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Remember the double idol deal?
Right.
She did.
No, the
So
double
she's
idol
on
deal,
your
man.
level.
We've discussed the double idol deal. That was my deal. I did
Right,
that.
but
I made that
she's-
move.
Okay, but she's phenomenal, right?
She's
She
good
gets
at
a good
her.
opportunity.
She's
gonna
good
do what
at
she's
her.
gonna do good shit.
This is what I like to say. It's me. When it comes to strategically, it's me. When it comes to physically, it's like you said, it's people like you. When it comes to socially, it's Parvati. She has the. When you look at the whole spectrum of
But
things,
social and strategy are a little intermingled,
right?
right? But yet there is a difference, and she uses her sexuality and I would have used that against her.
Is she going to be able to do that when she's married if she plays again? That's not going to work so well.
Because it's flirty.
Yeah. Doesn't work so well when you're married, folks. Just saying. She's probably going to have a kid pretty soon, so she's probably going to be out the question. And that's probably good for me that she doesn't play again, because if she played again, I'm coming for her. I have to. She's not going to play again. So I can say that. You there? Oh, we might have lost her. All right, it hung up.
So what I'm saying is, Carver's on your level. There are a couple of people that are probably on your level, but Drew Brees is on Tom Brady's level, but Tom Brady is the greatest.
Right.
Russell Hance is the greatest. Russell Hance is the one who did what he did.
That makes sense. So
no,
it makes sense. It's somebody that, and you could go with the quarterbacks in the history that's never won a championship, like some of the greatest of all times.
And Dan Marino,
Or you can have a single season. You can have like Drew Brees may be the best single season.
From Louisiana.
Yeah, let's say Drew Brees has this best career year ever, and he's just kicking ass. But he may not win the championship. But he may be the best that he's ever been, and the best in the game at that time. But he may not still win. He still may not win the championship. So
yeah. So you that's what I said. You're the greatest survivor because you were gunned for. Both shows. I don't count the third one. It's bullshit. But both shows that you played, you were gunned for. You were such an underdog. And you survived, and you survived, and you survived, and you survived. You didn't survive because you hung behind somebody. You survived because you were surviving. If you're surviving, you're freaking dodging bullets the entire time.
Dodging bullets.
You're the greatest survivor ever.
Damn. Okay,
I think greatest
I'll take it.
Player ever, because you have to win, is maybe I like this little cat. What's his name? The little burn guy, the little nerd.
Who? Cochran?
The little Cochran. I like Cochran.
What?
Anyway,
dude, that dude's a punk ass bitch.
And here's another one. Bowtie Bob.
Yeah, I like Bob.
I say that is because he made fake idols and Jedi mind tricks you. Act like he threw an idol in the water, and he lied to people.
Good.
And
that's so good. That's so me.
You love him.
Right. Yeah.
So I think for the winner, he didn't have the odds against him, like you did, but he played the game and he won, and he was extremely loved. So that's Survivor. If it was in its purest form, it would be like Richard Hatch won. They hated him, but he played, and God dang it, you earned it.
So what you think? But what you think about coming to the live show, the Patreon show we're gonna have in LA? We're having a premiere party. We might get you to come, man. We might see what we could do.
I would love it.
We might see if we can, because you're becoming a pretty popular guest here. We can see if we can get you a ticket out there. What you think?
Well, I hope so. And because
all this other stuff that I held you from, there's no punani. There's no punani holding you from me now.
That's fine.
So we can.
I got stories to tell. I appreciate your patrons. And if I'm invited to that show, and
they are invited,
right?
I'm inviting you now. It's Mike Mike's the one that sends you the ticket. I invite. Well, I'm really the boss, but Mike, we're a team here. Right. We're a team. So we got to get the ticket. We got to fly you out there. That's all we got to do. Got to get Mike to fly you out.
I'm ready. I'll be ready. I'll have more stories for you patrons. I love the guys that are supporting. I know they like this stuff, and it's fun to tell when people are interested in it.
Yeah, it's crazy because, dude, seriously, I got a text from Mike, and he's like, dude, we're like right around 5,000 within 24 hours. He's like, we got that with Coach. and we hit close to 20,000 downloads with Coach. So he's like, this is becoming one of our best. You Super Boo has become one of our best, and we had to do the second one because the first one was supposed. We wasn't trying to fake nobody out. The first one was really supposed to be for the Patreons only. And then it was so good, we were like, man, and this one's just as good. So I'm like, well, maybe we should do this one to public too. No. No, this is only Patreons. Only Patreons.
Yeah,
because
I really
they deserve that.
I don't want the public to know. I really don't want the public to know the backstory because, the 1% chance I have to get on Survivor,
right?
I don't want to piss CBS off.
Dude, that's not. I don't think, even if they did here, I don't think that those backstories are detrimental to you getting on the show.
That's just me being paranoid.
Right. You should play again, and you know what, Boo? We're gonna rally Boo to play again because your name never really was up there. Let's see Boo play again only because of how the edit went down. It's like you was in a job interview the whole time. So now,
they could edit me as a way to get it right. They could promote me if they wanted to. There's plenty of people that get on the show, and people are like, "Why are they on the show?" And they try to come up with some lame excuse.
I mean, look what a podcast.
There's plenty of lame excuses.
Look what a podcast to do from people. Look what it can do for people. Look what it did for Rob C. I mean, come on. Yeah, he played a good game, but guys, he was in the top 10 in the magazine of legends. Top 10, Boo. Top 10 of all time. Greatest players of all times. Greatest castaways, I think it was. And you know why he was in the top 10, guys? Because he has a podcast and he has a following. So if a podcast can make Rob C, and he's a great player, I'm not saying he's an all-star. If a podcast can make Rob C
not a legend,
top 10 greatest castaways of all times, it can surely get Boo Bernice, Super Boo, a.k.a. Super Boo, back on the show.
Well, when you have the greatest challenge survivor of a single season on, you shouldn't have to question it. Jeff Probst also said I was the clumsiest survivor ever. So I have 2 of the titles of Survivor.
Yes.
Bring me back, baby.
Hey, Boo, this is what if they ever do another list to where they put the names on the list and the people vote, I guarantee I'm getting you on the show. I'm going to have a commercial at the beginning of my show of you to get you back on the show. To the 20,000 people that download my podcast need to vote for Boo, period. Or don't
then
listen
I'll
to my
become an
show.
all-star, and I might be able to go on a show with you, and we would kick ass. But anyway, I want to come back and do a show about the fight.
Yes.
I have some strong feelings about that.
Okay.
So
we'll get a little bit closer to the fight.
Tune in.
We'll get like 2 or 3 days before the fight. When it's big time.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about it. Hell yeah. And we'll release that one to the public. All right, Boo. Well, that's what we got. This is Whining with Wine, and this is Boo.
And
are you drinking bourbon? Oh, Whining with Bourbon. We can't change the name, Boo.
Yep.
We're gonna have to change. No,
that's fine.
You're gonna have to at least sip some wine if we do it live.
Well, I have wine downstairs.
You're gonna do it live. We're gonna do Whining with Wine live in L.A. at the party.
Well, I'll do it then.
You'll drink a whole glass of wine?
5 glasses of wine. Yes, I drank 5 glasses of wine in my life, and the last time I drank one was a Donald Trump wine when Trump won the election.
What? Dude, I guarantee you, I can get some wine. I'm drinking a wine now. Believe it or not, it's called Sugar Lips. It's a Crimson Kiss.
Oh.
Sugar Lips.
I know a couple of those.
Hey, you got some pretty lips, boy. No, but it's called Sugar. It's really called Sugar Lips. It's from a Talon Winery.
No, I believe you.
Talon Winery in Lexington, Kentucky, boy. I'm telling you, if you drank this wine, you'd be like, damn. Like it's
a red wine?
It's a red wine. It's sweet and it goes down like you can almost like drinking it like water. It's not tough or rough or dry like usually wine is. Shit.
I'll do it for your patrons on the for the show.
I'm gonna send you a bottle.
I'm gonna
send you a couple. And I just got a note here from Carol said she's going to Kentucky and she's gonna buy a bottle of Kentucky whiskey, so real blended Kentucky whiskey, and send that to you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
She said thank you. Okay, that's it. All right, that was the week's Booze Buzzing Hour. Become a Patreon and get more content and bonus episodes, including video commentary of every episode of Survivor Samoa, weekly episodes of Whining with Wine, and you can become a Patreon for as low as $5. $5 gets you Russell's Alliance, $10 and you become a game changer, $25 and you're a legend. Go to patreon.com/Russell Hant. Thanks for listening. This is your host, Russell, and this is The Russell Hant Show.